A quick and shitty little video comparing my Fujitsu FKB4700. Come on, focus, buddy. There we go. Fujitsu FKB4700 with Fujitsu Peerless switches and of the older die-sub cap variety against my Fujitsu lever actions on this Epson, come on, focus, Q303A board. Note the low serial number. I think that the later Q303As might have had Fujitsu Peerless in them. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It should be appreciated that I have not opened this board up because the plastic clips in this 4700 have, every time I open it up, I break at least one plastic clip off. I have started having to glue it back together. It's a pain in the ass. So I haven't opened this bad boy up. They have pretty similar flip-out feet, but this one, the Q303A, is kind of stiff and a pain in the ass, whereas the 4700 is quite pleasant. You can't really see. There we go. I took off the shift keys to show that the caps are completely intercompatible. Q303, 4700. Totally intercompatible. We can flip them over. You can see it's exactly the same. You can swap them around. They are completely intercompatible. All of the caps are. It's really cool. It's kind of interesting, though, that the Q303 has lock light bank instead of in-switch lock lights, despite all of the keys seeming to have the support for it. Whereas here, it should... they do have double shot caps for the lock light keys. Come on, buddy. Come on. I hate Fujitsu keycaps. I hate pulling them. They are always a pain in my butt to not just rip the whole top of the switch off with. You know, we're going to rip the whole top of the switch off with one hand. There we go. Okay, you can see it has a second green shot in there in the keycap, and it's got a slot in the slider, whereas this one doesn't really have such a big slot. That fits the LED. Oh yeah, they have membrane LEDs. I love that. Fujitsu did good there. A little bit of a pain in the ass pulling their keycaps, but, you know, other than that. But that goes to show this thing could have in-switch LEDs. If they wanted it, they didn't. Which, I like in-switch LEDs, but also you can't yellow them if everything is PBT. So, I don't know. Just wanted to throw that out there. Before we get into sound testy stuff, I'm going to show you the cables. This one, the Q303A, is a little thinner. It's pretty much all coil, and the connector is kind of funky. Here, let me show you the little, flippy. It's not, too stiff, but it's not too floppy. It doesn't lock in place there like it kind of looks like it might. It's kind of ridged so you can grab it well. Let me show off that ridging. There you go. There you go. And it's even got a little bit of Epson. See? Epson. Ain't that nice? And it's bog standard DIN 5. It's pretty nice for grabbing it out, but, you know. The 4700 has an even thicker coiled cable with a long uncoiled section at the end, which is kind of nice. The connector, kind of rattly. If you can fidget with this bit on the end here and spin it around. It's not really a problem. I like this long connector. It means you don't even need the silly tab thing. They're both great cables. I just wanted to show that off because I love the cables on both of these. All right, getting into what everybody actually cares about, the feel and the sound. I've gone on record. I've said these are pretty much identical switches. They sound kind of different. The lever action is very classically mechanical, whereas the Peerless, it just sounds like Peerless. Yeah, so that's kind of how it goes. They feel pretty similar, though. The lever actions kind of start fairly light, have a smidge of a tactile bump. maybe you can hear that on the camera. Maybe you can't. It's very quiet. It gets sort of stiffer, heavier after that bump, but it's not really a bump, but it is kind of a bump, but also it like does that buckling spring thing where it just kind of gets heavier. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. Wait, no, buckling springs, do they get lighter or do they get heavier? I don't even care. Point is, it's a little springy. It's like it's got a short spring. I haven't taken one of the switches apart. I don't know. The Peerless is, I don't know, kind of standard. It's almost like an Alps Linear gone mad with power, where it feels like an Alps Linear gone mad with power, is how I might describe Peerless. It's a lot clickier. You can hear that. I'm describing them very differently, but really they feel very similar. They've got a little bit of tactility. They've got a little bit of click. They're both very smooth switches. They're both lovely. And other than the sound, really they're pretty much identical. The boards that they come in have some slight differences, but really they're pretty much the same. They're both fucking lovely. The only difference is the lever action is a pain in the ass to get your hands on, whereas Peerless is cheap as shit. You can get it anywhere. I fucking love that about Peerless. Yeah, both good stuff. I wouldn't really waste my time hunting lever action unless that is exactly what you need. Like, if you really want that classically mechanical sound and you want the rest of the feel that you get from Peerless, then lever action is for you. Go hunting. If not, don't waste your time. Go have a friend bring it to you so you can play with it at a meetup. Maybe get it on loan or something. I hope this has been useful documentation. I hope you have enjoyed. And if not, I don't know, fuck off.